Hey, Kickoff here. So we got veterans today. Some other news about the Ultimate Kickoff promo coming tomorrow, and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, as we kind of move into the bulk of the Madden season, right? It's promo season. I mean, really, we've been in promo season for a while now, as they really dropped it hard right after launch even. So maybe we've kind of been there. It was the friends we made along the way, the good times that we've already... Wait, what am I talking about? Let's get off this subject.
Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 10% off.
I know I was about to get roasted for saying the good times and what we've already had when it's been a little disastrous this year. So when in doubt, hit the Rock Bottom button. All right, so we got veterans, as you see on your screen, 88 overall plus. I'll go through some of the stats on the cards. Not going to spend too much time on them, as you guys probably have seen a few of their stats already. I think, like, there's only one card that I'm, like, truly, like, interesting. Like, that kind of tells us a little bit about their potential solution going forward, potential move going forward. All right, DJ Swearinger. Now, he's a run support safety. It is too bad they made him 88 instead of 89, so we can't power him up for that third ability slot, so we can't get Enforcer and oh Jesus, MUT Leaks just tweeted the Desync glitch. I gotta take a look at that. But anyways, 89 hit power. This guy goes up to 90 if you power him up, of course. And there's strat cards. Let me look at that one. Let's see, MUT Leaks. Let's see how bad this is gonna get. All right, Desync via platform. Yeah. All right, well, MUT Leaks just tweeted it. One of the desync ways. So here we go, guys. Before we get into the rest of the video, desync via platform logouts on PS4. Start Madden 22 as user X. On main menu, switch to user Y. Log out to UT with user Y. Start any game. Log out to user Y with PS4 anytime after initial kickoff and desync. Now, the funny thing is, this isn't the desync glitch that I know. This is a different one. Oh, hilarious. All right, there you go. So MUT Leaks got on the desync glitch. There you go. But the thing is, like, with this desync glitch, you're going to desync no matter what. Log out to user Y anytime after initial kickoff and desync. So, like, you're going to desync that if you log out to user Y. Well, you won't get the win or the loss. But will the win still count? Maybe it will. I'm trying to think. So, the win, wait, let's look at that again. So, if you don't log out of user Y on PS4, that you can just win the game and it'll count for you. But when you do, you get the desync and you don't get the loss. There you go, Weekend Leagues. I was trying to think if it's possible so you can purposely cause the desync, right? You can purposely cause the desync, and you can still take your wins when you need them, instead of it just happening normally. All right, well, that's Weekend League on PS4. The one that I knew was Xbox, so PS4 desync, a little different. I know on next gen why that's not a problem. It's next gen, because if you switch users on next gen, you close the game, right? So like here, I'll show it to you right now. I'll switch users on next gen. I'll switch over to my Rowdy. And then the thing about next gen, why that won't work, is because if I boot up Madden 22, see how the game just restarts, right? So it's the same reason why we couldn't do the extra hours on EA Play trial in the preseason, why we had other workarounds for it for PlayStation. So it's a little different on next gen. Oh, I don't know why that's still in the corner. So just FYI, but PlayStation 4 Weekend League, it looks to be brutal. But I would not recommend desync a lot of people. EA does look for these things. They do know that you're doing it, and they will ban your account. So FYI, not a good idea. What? Oh, I'm a different account. All right, let's go back. So what's happening? I'm still on the Rowdy Mash account. All right, switch user over back to my regular one. So let's log back in and talk veterans. Let me bring up the Ultimate Kickoff while we're logging in. Ultimate Kickoff, we get Will Fuller tomorrow. All right. And it is what it is. Pretty awesome. Again, he's not one of the top cards. RG was very emphatic that there is a lot more heat coming and there's some insane cards on their way. So 88 overall, doesn't get the, deep threat, doesn't get, to up to 90 overall for the third ability slot, but he is fast, right? He's a lot like Jamar Chase. So pretty hot, right? Pretty hot indeed on the Will Fuller. We have a Jamar Chase clone, 88 overall. I would imagine a lot of these things do sell for training value because there'll be rerolls and stuff. So Will Fuller is not going to be very expensive. Do we foresee a market crash? I think some of the top end cards could potentially go down, but training might stay the same if they have a reroll, like I talked about. Rerolls generally keep old card values pretty similar, with some exception, we'll say. But there's the Will Fuller card. The other one is Stafford. Again, they absolutely bone this card over, and especially this card. Much more than Will Fuller. Will Fuller is great, but you don't see, like, deep threat abilities are okay. Especially, like, the deep in if you run, like, deep post and stuff. But Matthew Stafford right here, if he had 89 overall, power up to 90, he'd be our first gunslinger, okay? And strong arm quarterback, really great early season archetype as long as this is the 90. So I hope we get, like, Favre or something early on so we get a strong arm 90 overall, like a Legends program. But great stats otherwise. I think he gets set feet lead, so that's good. But he's just not going to be like everywhere because he doesn't have the speed of Danny Dimes and he doesn't have Gunslinger to make up for that lack of speed. So Stafford looking out, but we'll get better ones. A little bit revealed tonight. Let's go through the veterans. I'm gonna give my final thought on veterans and stuff as we look through it. All right. Auction house. All right. Veterans. So I'm just looking at Twitter. People are adding me on the Desync stuff. All right. Joe Hayden for my Steelers and the Browns theme team. He's not good enough. I needed 87 zone on him so I could power him up. Then I could use the +2 zone to get him up to 90. Because without 90 zone, you're really not good. At 87 speed, like we're getting linebackers at 87 speed. We're getting like tight ends over that. So a tight end beating your CB on a straight streak, it ain't great. It ain't great. And everybody's really using Pitts and Waller, so I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I don't run a lot of man coverage. I know some people are running man coverage. Man coverage is surprisingly effective at times. Some routes that you think should be that don't. Especially like I use route tech posts now and Z routes and stuff, and the man coverage still keeps up with it even without one step. It's very, very fluky at times, and it can really screw you down because like fluke. Like if the game played consistent, it'd be a lot easier to like know what beats what, and sometimes that works. But man, sometimes fluke will just absolutely do you in, and you don't like getting dude like that. Because that kind of dude, that's like death by snoo, dude. All right, Jamie Collins. He's a linebacker, a run-stopping linebacker. He doesn't. I think you need 90 overall. Like really want 90. If you like run stoppers, right? If you like guys that smack ball carriers and make them fumble, 255 is a good weight. I like 255. That and above is awesome. Because you really got to match Derrick Henry. I think he's like 247-ish, or what is Derrick Henry's weight? I'll have to go look. But 85 block shed. The hit power is so important on a run stopper. Where we got the hit power at 89 on him, so that's really nice. If you power him up to 90, or I guess use a strat card. But who uses strat cards on non-CBs DBs for the speed? So Collins looks pretty bad actually, because you got to keep him in coverage. He doesn't rush the passer, right? You saw his pass rushing stats. If you have better pass rushing, finesse move 60, power move 72. His zone coverage is 74. Brutal, dudes. Absolutely brutal. That's a bad card, sadly. So a couple of run stoppers that, probably won't be used a lot. What is 88s? What is that for? Let me take a look at their training values. Because they should shrink down. There's only like one that I remember standing out to an insane degree. Watkins stands out. He does okay too. So 88 training value is 146 right now. So yeah, these are a little overpriced. 88 speed for wide receiver. It's definitely up there. Obviously, once we saw what we're getting tomorrow with Fuller and he's 90 speed stock, that 2 speed does matter. 6'1" is not a bad height. Obviously, the taller, the better. Power up to 90 deep route running. And there you go. There you go. I think he's fine. Theme teams are on every single card here. You don't got to power up to get up. He'll help out and round out quite a few of them. All right, the other one, and I think the best one, is this tight end Jimmy Graham. Like, you guys know how much height matters this year. 290, well deserved. Okay, he's 89 overall, so highest overall of the bunch. Jimmy Graham gets 87 speed, which to me is crazy. That is insanely fast for him. His veteran card, right? That's like him as he is now on the Bears. 87 speed, right? Like, do you think he's anywhere close to, say, like Waller or some of the other top guys in the game right now? Waller right now has got 89, 6'6". Jimmy Graham gets an inch, loses a couple speed. I don't think my Waller, yeah, is my Waller powered up? Wait, yeah, Waller's powered up for me, isn't he? To 89. Yeah, Waller's powered up. So Jimmy Graham's only one speed slower than him. And taller. Catching, 89 versus 92. Run block is about the same. Short route running is the only thing Waller has over him. Because if you don't get to 90, it doesn't matter on those route running things. But they're both vertical threat tight ends. Jimmy Graham should affect Waller's market. An inch taller, one speed slower. And what, a third of the price? Like, if this was last year, I think Jimmy Graham gets like 84 speed, right? They absolutely buffed that speed stat so much. And what that tells me going forward is that they're going to kind of do that for a lot of other cards. Is right, like, not necessarily make these cards useless in the day of release, which is positive in my opinion, right? He's not as good as Waller because that one speed just matters. You know, but 6'7", with the way aggressive catching works this year, like strafe up and hit Y, and like as long as they don't get a good like cut under animation, if they try and pick it too, you're absolutely robbing dreams. So I think this Jimmy Graham's really good. Powered up to 90 overall, so you get that tier 3 slot. This is an absolutely like insane card to release today, in my opinion. I love it, dude. A lot of people are really gonna love this Jimmy Graham card. Does he have a Jimmy jump? He does. 91 jumping too. Remember, what was it, like Madden 18-ish or 17? I don't remember. It was a few years ago. Basically, fullback dive with Jimmy Graham at the end zone, and then you hit the LT, and then dive or whatever the modifier was. Maybe it wasn't LT. Yeah, I think it was LT because they changed that and put celebration on it a couple years back. But he got this wild animation where he like jumped like 10 feet in the air and scored touchdowns. The Jimmy jump, that was a great year. They ended up nerfing it, but I guess it wasn't very great to defend, to be fair. Kind of cool card. All right, I'm gonna stop Craig Gassing over Jimmy Graham. I want to take a look at my notifications blowing up. Actually, not a whole lot. Yeah, they're revealing more UK cards tonight. I definitely want to let you guys know that on the MCS. So you will be able to get your Tyreek tonight. You're gonna have to view bot them again. And you know, they had really good numbers last night, which is great, right? Like I tweeted about this. I just want to say it again. When you give good rewards, people show up, right? Tyreek Hill that we're getting for just viewing the Madden Championships is leaving our like screens go on in the background. You have to do it again tonight for a bit. I think it's 15 minutes for the first one and then like 3 hours for the second one. You can go check Twitch. But I just love my stuff going on in the background. And you know what? Hell yeah, dude. I love it. If you have 4 of these things... Oh, wait. I haven't hacked into my Xbox account. So if you at the end of the night you have 4 of them, don't do a Twitch drop pack, okay? Don't do it. Save it in case you miss one down the road, because they'll have more of these tournaments and more of these things, and maybe you're going to be busy on one of the nights they do it. And so I think you should definitely save it. Don't take it for a Twitch drop pack right away, even though it's super, like, you know, tempting to do that with your 4th one. I definitely recommend saving that token in case we can use it down the road. Now, I believe we'll be able to use it down the road. I'm not saying you will be able to, but I believe you'll be able to use it down the road. And if not, then you can just do the Twitch drop pack at that time. But you're like, well, I lost 2 months of value on it. I'm like, I'm sorry. But that's you know, that's my thoughts, right? I agree with the MUT sub on that one. Yeah, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it, except for PS4 dudes. Rip to you. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, here going forward. But PS4 is already taking over bots, right? Did you see the leaderboard in head-to-head? Did you see the leaderboards in squads? PS4 is in a bad spot right now. So hopefully EA patches these things. Thanks for watching. Call to action. Please like, Please subscribe. We're going for 100K this year. We're going to do it, boys. We're going to do it. We're going to make it. We're all going to make it.